Hi, I'm the WanderingNewbie. It's time for Record Keeper. Today, we have Final Fantasy IV event. Pawns of Evil. It's Kane. It's Kane focused. He's the Pawn of Evil. So, yes. Kane. Alright. Video intros. That was Kane and Golbez. Whatever. Fuck cares. Event theming is so stupid. It's the kind of gave up. Yeah. Piss. Oh, there we go. Like this nice zoom in on some lava. Oh yeah, I really don't like this the FF4 torment. It's asking for a couple of obnoxiously specific things. I'm lucky enough to have them, but I do not like what it is asking for. I'm preparing myself for load times. I wasn't lying about those load times. Let's bring up our good friend Process Manager. There we go. So Ashura is Ashura. They do Reflect. They do all the other BS that Ashura does. They absorb water, ice, lightning, fire. So try and avoid those elements. Or, as always, bring an OSB. Or Arcane. Sorry. arcanes are the way to go. Anyway, we're doing a little bit of a pop in there. Yeah, Kasumi. I have been having 1 or 2 problems with the phone version of this game as well. Hopefully the maintenance on the 10th will fix it, but probably will not. The load times are really the only problem I'm having with Nox nowadays. I've gotten used to everything else pretty well. Yep. And that's all due to the fact that, yeah, y'all, Record Keeper is not a well-programmed game. It's really not. And that's not like nudge nudge. It sure is bad, isn't it? It's like, no, like Record Keeper is actually very poorly programmed. You'll note that the stuff that Record Keeper is programmed in, like the language, other phone games don't use it. And that's really part of the problem. That's why a lot of other phone games can easily make PC versions, like say Grand Blue Fantasy or Final Fantasy Record Keeper Mobius, or Final Fantasy Record Keeper Mobius Final Fantasy. They'll have PC versions, people can run it on that. Apparently Record Keeper gets one too, but I heard that on launch, Record Keeper's PC version does not run well. What's this programmed in? I don't know 100%. I'd have to talk to Rob, because Rob knows. I remember having an intense discussion with Rob about it. What? That was about a year ago. So I don't remember the finer details anymore. I shouldn't talk into my fights for video cutting reasons. So CPU, I couldn't run a test of this fight for obvious reasons, but also part of that was I just assumed that this fight is going to mechanically be very similar to as it is in the actual game. So we'll see. Oh, well, I can easily, unfortunately, say that, yeah, the game is not made for Android 5. I think they 100% abandoned it a bit ago. But yeah, CPU's gimmick is the attack node attack you. There you go. If you kill the attack node and then attack the boss, it literally can't do anything. If you kill both nodes, then the boss kill you. So, don't kill both nodes. Like with a good number of bosses in FF4, it's a puzzle boss. And unfortunately, once you solve the puzzle, oh, we're here now. Well, the whole problem with the DS version of FF4 is they added the augment system that they did not explain. If you explain the augment system, the game is easy. My first playthrough, my first full playthrough of FF, this one, was on stream, and it was the 3D, it was the remake. Wow, you resist elements. Cool. I enjoyed my time. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, the only reason I played the 3D one first was because I never owned the original when I was a kid. You know, when I was a wee tot of like 10. You played what games you got. And I got Mystic Quest. Ah, Luge. Luge. I'm gonna do a quick Google, not really even a Google search. A quick me search. While we're loading into this. I opened up the list of fights for this event. Saw Ultimate Luge. Had a moment because you know, I want to get loading here, and then I'll give you the real numbers. As soon as I can find a Hyper Mighty Guard. There we go. One. Two. Really? Liu Gai's only been in Ultimate Fight twice. Well, this being the third. I could have sworn it was more. Oh, you know, he was a multiplayer fight once. There you go. Time makes fools of us all. Liu Gai isn't even status hell. He is one status effect hell. He has a sleep counter. That's it. Just come in with sleep resistance. Oh no, he doesn't have a gimmick anymore. His gimmick is he switches his status 3 times. Maybe in other versions he had more. But in this one, all he has is the counter sleep gas. Whoops, I turned alerts off for a second there. Alright, you all got me wondering this now, so I'm gonna look it up. Really? Okay, when was the North American release? 91 is the Japanese release. North American. Y'all really don't have it on here? Here we go. Okay. Really? 1991? I would have been 4 years old. Damn. Yep, I was born in 87. It's really easy to remember my age, because you know what my age is? It's fucking the same as Final Fantasy. It was the weirdest thing to learn about a year ago. Alright, so it's Barnabas and Liu Gai. We've seen this fight a number of times, but for those who need a refresher, the general flow is that Liu Gai starts off the fight untargetable and will continuously buff Barnabas. Barnabas does not have much health and can generally be beat down pretty quickly. All Liu Gai does in this phase is buff Barnabas, and then Barnabas will punch your team. It's not too much of a concern either way. Every phase of this fight, on top of everything else, is weak to lightning. Alright, phase 2, Barnabas Z. I believe it literally has the same moveset as Barnabas. Maybe with an extra move or two mixed in. Let's see if this kills. If not, let's do this first. That, and then get the dance off. Yep, I made a good call there. And then Lugaborg, who is also just using the same moves again. The biggest thing Lugaborg has is a counter to any attack that is an AoE sleep. So bring sleep resist. That's it. Really, we've, whatever. We've done that fight so many times. I'm way in on the discussion in chat right now. Cognazo, I've never found to be threatening. He is just the hardest of the 4 fiends when you fight him in the game. So that's why he's threatening. He doesn't look threatening. Scarmiglione, though, let me, because the big thing you gotta consider about each of the fiends is, alright. Also, I gotta remember how to fucking spell words. As with most things in Final Fantasy where you go, I didn't find it to be too intimidating or anything. You always hold. I'm literally doing this as fast as possible. You gotta peep that Amano art. Look at Amano's Scarmiglione. It's so good. I mean, for the most part, like, yeah, that's him covered with the cloak, but, like, it's there. You get it. Let me see if I can find one for, Cognazo. Yeah, see, even the Cognazo art is just like, yeah, he exists. Let me get this loaded in here. I see, even that art, like, I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. He's just a turtle. He's not really threatening. He's not really scary looking. That's the big thing. Alright. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Speaking of Scarmiglione, so in this fight, he has his typical gimmick. A moment, I just got a message on my phone. I gotta take care of something real fast. Actually, I have another minute or so I can set up. Scarmiglione, don't use fire. If you're going to hit him, use Holy, and try to avoid physical attacks. So, the oarsman, as in the oarsman of the river Styx, as in he delivers you to death. That's what they're going with there. We're gonna go with some real Joy Bina strats right here. Some Galaxy Brain strats. Alright, that is actually a friend that I followed a long time ago. I looked at that and was like, I thought I unfollowed all the the Arons that I followed for the tower. There we go. This song sucks. This is not a good song from the FF4 soundtrack. This one's fine. I'll jam out to this one. Again, I apologize. I'm taking care of something on the side very quickly. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes you get text messages that you just have to answer. Oh. Where is the screenshot supposed to be? Tower of Babel. It's where you fight the fiends the second time. Remember, he is undead. Go white mages. Unleash hell. Or, I guess, heaven. I'm gonna get an Imperial proc, believe me you. Battle mages. Battle white mages. I love that Selfie will never use up her passive because it has to be offensive spells. Does not interact with healing. It's kind of unreal the amount that he is going for Crimble Shins. I mean, yeah, Crimble Shins does have the auto taunt on. There we go, that's what I've been expecting. But yeah, non-Sid mission style, this is what they expect you to do on this boss. They expect you to use holy typed magic. Alright, and now after a boss that I did a really goofy strategy to mix it up. Time for one where I could not mix up to save myself. Time for water without any ice. The boss fight. Just double check my moves here. Yep. If I wanted to, I could go even deeper. This fight sucks. This fight is bad. Yep, perfect. The original Joey Venus. Hey everyone, it's me, Kane from Fantasy. My favorite things are jumping, betraying my friends, having no magic, and dirt. See you in Final Fantasy IV, everyone. And crying. My favorite things are being the guy who sucks and has depression. Alright, so welcome to the Kane fight. It's Kane. He sure is. Somebody's car alarm trying to mix up the music here. Because, Woofa. You see how much damage Kane just did? With no power breakdown on him yet? Or double breakdown? Look at that. Shocking Kane damage. You've seen the this entire fight already, by the way. Kane has like 4 moves. Kane has 4 goddamn moves. Oh, that's not gonna hit Sid. Well. Oh well. As you do. Maybe this double cast will extend the animation enough to waste frame. Fuck yeah! Oh, this fight makes me want to die. That's his big move. That's supposed to be the threatening move that scares you. I wonder how doable this fight would be without wall. I'm not going to. It's not stupid. But, it does make me think. His damage is so low. Christ. Ultimate jump, 1000 damage. Can't make that shit up. I'm just gonna let this play out. Big brawl. Oh, okay. Cool, we're about an hour into the stream. I just kind of peeped this during the what's it called? The festival fight stream. I just want to double check this. So chat, you tell me if this is in sync or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, it's synced. Cool. Alright. Rad. Also, if you're hearing clicking, I should adjust stuff. Golbez. And Dark Dragon. Shadow Dragon. That's not shown during the title, but yes. Dank Dragon is here as well. There's a lot going on here. You could effectively remove this from here to here, and then this paragraph too, and just say he's Holy Weak. And go about your business. I know that's what I'm doing. You know, I made a theory of something while I was fighting him, doing my testing. And then I remember seeing that the AI thread was up. I'm going to peep that real fast and try and confirm something. Oh, he only does that if he goes into ice. Okay. Oh, also, there was another aspect of that I wanted to check. 30%. Wow. Yeah, Gurion is a really bad fight every time he shows up. It's just not fun. I know sometimes they want to be like, they throw a dart at a board and be like, we haven't used this boss in a while, except for the times when they keep using the same bosses over and over again. But I really wish they would stop using Gurion. We fought him once, and it was bad. Did I fuck up my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No, I didn't. Oh, that time it too fast? Damn. Just barely, too. Now, note, Shadow Dragon is a big threat. He is definitely one of the scariest things in this whole fight. It also, the scary thing that Shadow Dragon can do happens at turn 12, so you can slow roll the early parts. But do note, buff timers do exist. You will run out of your buffs eventually. So maybe don't slow roll too hard. Timed it. Galaxy Brain. Now that we're down to Golbez, really the scariest thing that is going to be hitting us is if Golbez goes into the ice form once below 70 and or 40. Sorry. Brain parts. They exist. They happen. 70 or 40%. Because at 70%, if he moves into ice mode, then he starts using Binding Cold, which is AoE Paralyze. Only 30% chance to hit, and I do have kitted out Paralyze resist accessories, so hopefully it doesn't hit. But that does exist. That is a threat. We don't want it to happen. Also that's another threat that does exist and can happen. Luckily we have a very easy way to fix that. Fuck yeah. Well, my attack buff wore off. He did get wall off. The problem is we don't have buffs anymore. And honestly, that's more of a problem. Sorry, I said attack buffs. We don't have debuffs anymore. And yeah, that damage is going to start adding up. Oh, that's cool. It okay. Is not so bad. Alright, just double cast that. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. We still have a hard time limit of when Tyro's wall wears off, but hopefully we can end the fight before then. And hopefully at this point he doesn't shift to ice, because now that he's under 40%, he has a chance to use Dispel. Which, for the most part, I have answers to. I don't have answers to the fact that we don't have wall. Oh, your taunt wore off. Or wall wore off. Okay. Fuck. Piss. Alright, that's good. I'm biting my knuckle, which I probably shouldn't do while on mic. It okay. Oh. We're actually in a good situation now that I got wall back up. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're good. Is it an ultimate dispel? No. Whew. Yeah, ultimate dispel nowadays is like a one-time a fight thing, or it is a punishment mechanic. It is, you have fucked up. Or if they bring back old dungeons like they do sometimes, then we see ultimate dispel. Alright, now let's see this fight with a team that I didn't test. I was tired. I cannot believe Taro got hit with a paralyze. Hey, they're just making the fight interesting, right? Counter slows are not as big of a threat as they used to be. Now that, you know, fucking Heistaga is a spell. We have counter slow. Wait. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Yeah, if you're looking for a USB, Vivi's is very strong. Vivi's ability double is fantastic. Ooh, okay, you have Hallam. The counter argument there is that Vivi is diveable to be even more powerful. Look at what your choices were again. GG Sid. It's a hard choice. Either way, I'm gonna get underway with this. What if he just never counters? Making me the victor. Well. Counter. This is just a very good showing that this fight is not really all that bad to begin with. An all-magic team makes it obviously way more reasonable. But good. You can do without that. That's how that spell's supposed to work. That spell is not supposed to be a magnet to cripple shins. Did I remember to put slow resist on Edward? I did. I can see hate for Edward. I don't outright hate Edward. I think he's okay. But I will admit, he has problems. So when I did my testing for this fight, for the Sid mission, to make sure that this party was good and could pull it off, never once did I get Binding Cold. And obviously, now that we know how that works, associatedly, I never got Dispel. So when I got those twice in my initial testing for the non-Sid mission team, I thought they were forced to happen at certain HP intervals. So when they didn't, I was like, what? Oh no! I forgot the most important thing. Yeah. Thank you for the bits, Moonversal. Yes, we have to correct errors as they occur. Alright, who is the dumbest in After Years? I have not played After Years. I'm going to make a guess here. Edge. Alright. This may seem familiar. As I think. So the actual scariest thing about this fight, for me, are the first few turns. Mainly because we don't have a dancer. So it is very hard for us to debuff. Edge Online. Edge's BSB is very good. Command 1 is attack mag. Command 2 is defense resistance. Yes, dual breaks on command. And his thing is holy typed, so he's just good. The downside, and this is like how they make, well, it have a downside. His commands will sap him. But hell, I'll take dual breaks on commands. Yep, that's the one right there. That's the hit. It okay. It okay. So yeah, like I said, the early turns to this are the roughest. Edward's BSB is very good. Nice. Wait, did it not buff itself first? I've literally never seen that happen. Fuck yeah. He knows who the threat is. Okay. Okay. Please don't. Oh, you can't double cast. Safe. Time for a classic. Edward says, "Hold on a second, gotta pop my own Astra." The one major downside of Edward BSB is it does not like Astra. Somebody is going to have to use this. I think it's going to be Possessal. I like that either way, this fight is extremely long. It's just a very demanding fight. I can't tell how much health Edge has. You're all wrong, he was at full health. And now we play the waiting game. Nice. I'm gonna finish this drink off. And then we're going to get into the Torment. Well, after I do an outro for this video. Wait, 9? Oh, there is a second banner. That's weird. That's literally, like, I'm not even being hyperbole here. That is the first time they've ever dropped 2 banners on the same day. They will usually shift events around so that they don't drop 2 banners on the same day. Yeah, also the FF4 event dropped on Wednesday, so it's really weird that they dropped the banners today. Alright, so we don't actually have an event up for this, but Dahaka drops on the 13th, on the 10th, and that's a 13. So I'm going to assume that the next event is 13. Well, that's it for the FF4 event. Next time we have FF13, and coming with that, again, another Torment. So, I'll see you then. Okay. No need to resituate the party because they're not going to show up on screen here. Oh, I guess they did. Yeah, let's just situate that real fast. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. The screen changed as I did that, so I thought I broke something for a second there. Save this as TOR 2. O4 banner. TOR 204. at this. Look at all this brown on this. Give me a moment. This is why I like just pulling them from, you know, the data. Pure data. Too much. Crop too much. That'll do. Air noise in second. Huh. It does make an air noise. Alright, let's see how this looks now. Whatever, good enough. Hey, it's about that time for another Torment. This time being FF4, and the boss being Calcabrina. No doll phase here, small doll. He's just starting big doll. Does a bunch of elements, does paralyze initially on slot 3, but then does slots 2, 3, and 4 every other time it shows up. Hold is slot 3, ultimate hold is slots 2, 3, and 4. But it's unblinkable, or sorry, it's unavoidable, and it's auto hit. So, oh wait, no, it doesn't. Okay, I'm fucking everything up. It respects everything. The point I was trying to get out here is its gravity. So it respects both kinds of blinks, both magic and physical. There, I eventually got it out there. It does also respect Astra, so you can utilize that. Incubus Darkness is something that hits the first party member and ignores mirror image and will kill them when it hits them. So, and then Furore is just a very hard hitting attack, and that's pretty much all the gimmicks. On top of a lot of AoE damage. For Incubus Darkness, they pretty much want you to use Kane, and for the Paralyze, they want you to be using mirror images, magic blinks, or just remove them. Honestly, the most annoying part of this fight is the Incubus Darkness. It's very hard to time. Outrageously hard to time, and I really don't like it as a gimmick. But we play with the cards we're dealt. Alright. In hindsight, this party is ridiculously at the bottom of this list, and I should have just stayed in Ascending. Or descending. Hello, phone. This BSB's fine. Just use it. It's an enlightening. Oh yeah, this boss hits really hard. The only reason I survived the first couple of turns is thanks to advice that I got that said, "Hey idiot, just use Edge's SSB right at the start." And I went, "Oh, you're right." Oh no, I'm saying yes. It's rough. That was my answer. If you don't have Edge's SSB, you can slap something on to Rosa or your healer and have the healer precast. I don't know. This one's really rough. I don't have a super good answer for that one. Because again, and this is why I don't do write-ups for, well, I don't do many write-ups outside of just events now, but because God, you don't realize that the write-ups take time. But torment strategies are entirely reliant on what your draws are like. I can just give an example. Something to maybe wrap your brain around. It's definitely a torment that asks you to have too much. I won't deny that. whenever you see Edward BS or yeah, Edge SSB go off, there needs to be a little siren that like the fucking dive kick fraud detected thing needs to go off. What can I say? I am the next wave of Joy Venus. Damn it. One thing though. It's not a bad idea to bring Blinks or something along those lines on Edge if you're using him and he is your center party member there. He is going to get hit a lot and you're not actually going to be able to have him pop off too much. But that's damage that the rest of your party isn't taking and you're mitigating. So it's not the worst. Ooh, too early. I fucked up. I done fucked it. Also, don't have to worry about Incubus Darkness if you never see it. Thank you for the resub, Squirrel Token. It's Ben. A piss. Yeah, this is 240. Fuck it. Piss! It's okay. Well, we just need to end the fight. Time to go, Galaxy Brain. Time to die. Right! Last stand. When you do it at the start of the fight, you kind of forget that it exists. Damn, I was hoping for the double cast. Why you do me like this, Edge? Whatever, we won. Oh, 31. It sucks. See, the fucked up thing though is yeah, Kane's Brave USB is really bad for this because you actually want the airtime. Yeah, like that's the whole strategy. Like it does the instant death. You want to try and use Kane's airtime to avoid the instant death. That's why actually Kane's USB 1 is really good for this fight because it gives him instant cast on his jumps. So you can just go, there, I'm in the air. I know it's coming on the next turn. Just boom. Yeah, I've seen the Doom SSB being a strategy too. Which is, yeah, that works. That slot is dead to you if you don't have a good thing for Kane, so having something that is going to be dead to you anyway isn't a bad move. Do I have any OSB weapons to boost elemental damage? Not in Realm, and honestly when all I have is a 50% boost in Realm, having that in Realm stuff is 9 times out of 10 better. Also, I just don't think I have anything that boosts water damage. Oh, from the select? Oh, jeez. Yeah, Gladio boosts fire. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. A lot of OSB weapons actually boost elements to try and get around the fact that OSBs are just damage and nothing else. There is probably a list on Reddit. I would say go take a look at that. I really don't know the select banners too well. A moment. Excuse me. Because I don't pull on them. Hold up. Welcome to hell. I'm not going to clear this. I can tell you that right now. I have not prepped enough to pull this off. Like, this one is just so execution heavy. I should have done the protect right there, but I fucked up. I hit the wrong button. Like right here, Rosa, I think is going to take a big hit. That's bad. And Rosa down. Rosa last stand. I know lightning is coming, but I honestly am not going to be able to survive it if I don't do that. Oh, better yet, it was Fear. Fervor, or whatever it's called. There's Ultimate Lightning, which means Ultimate Hold comes turn after that, I think, or the next turn. Shit. If Edge SSB is up, I need to use it. I wish there were notches on the health bar so you knew what phases you were entering. That would be super helpful. Woo. I turned into an owl for a second there. I got hit so hard. When you remember that Soul Break ain't bad and is 5 hits. Kane's alright. Kane's fine. Whoop! Here comes Hold, but people should have blinks, right? Or did I lose track of my blinks? I think I lost track of my blinks. Not piss. Nice! Joy Venus. Actually, Joy Venus. Uh-oh! Is not so bad. Well, at least I'm alright at dodging that. It's a shame that Kane is my way around that mechanic, and also my main DPS. Hello. Oh. Numbers. You see, protect and shell wore off. Protect wore off. Shell's still there. Because I think Cecil casted... No? No, protected shell are still up. Game. Ultimate Fury is actually piercing him. Okay, and my debuffs probably wore off. That's what it was. Final phase. Uh-oh. Is not so bad. Is strategy. Does not have a blink on the edge. Play me, coward. This one. Fight me, coward! Oh yeah! Joy Venus! Thank you for the bits, Mooniversal. Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad. I just gotta get the timing down for Kane's jump, and that's about it. Like 1000%. If I just had Kane's jump timing down, I would land that perfectly. We are not jumping into the D question mark. No. Absolutely not. That's where we fade out. Guess what I'm investing in? Hello? Storm Assault and Fire Assault. Bam, bam. Fuck me up. Flash disaster. I can't get over Flash Disaster. I can't not hear it. I can't not hear it in the fucking Icicle Disaster voice. The rest of these are really good too. I need to invest in Blast Spell eventually, but for now, Fire Assault and Storm Assault are outrageously powerful. So let's get those, and then let's do the needful on those. The main reason why I really want these two abilities is because... So, one of the torments that I was just barely not able to squeeze by on was the FF6 one. Just barely. If I have this on Locke, who has Start in Fire, and many other things in that fight, well, was my intention to go into that menu. By the way, just for the rest of the stream, we do still have 2 banners to review. There's still a little bit left. I'm probably not doing the, like I said, I will probably do the Dark Banner when I do that. For now. Let's get these up to 6. Because that is a lot of my wind crystals. Then I'm gonna peep this. Oh. Yep. That's what I figured. That is a lot of crystal. Let's peep this a little bit more in depth. So, right now, I have Locke, and that's it. Ferris does dances in her Torment. Let's check our parties, actually. Though Ferris would want Wind, what with the new tech I got for Ferris. Yes, I got her USB 3. Are we trying question mark? No. No. I am trying to see which one of those I want to hone. Yeah, so right here, what was Ferris doing? Okay, so she did Steel Power and then Wind. So, honing Wind would be good for that. Ooh, Vaughn was also using Wind. However, Vaughn can use either element. He doesn't actually need one or the other. What was Yuffie doing? Yuffie was being a ninja. Yuffie could also utilize it, though, instead of being a ninja. And of course, here, Locke would use the fire. Right. What I'm saying is that Vaughn's USB, it doesn't matter. Vaughn is either way. So it's just really a matter of, oh, you know what the tiebreaker here is? No, we go fire. I bring Lock to Magicite. There we go. Nailed it. Oh, I got jack or shit on Zidane. Zidane is not a factor in anything. Fire Assault is going to 8. And then eventually down the line, Storm Assault is also going to 8. It's just that for now, I don't use up all these crystals. but now I know what to use all my potions on. Here's the real question. This is what I'm curious about. Oh, fuck yeah! They're smart. That is some Joy Venus right there. Okay. Stream is broke as hell on my laptop, which is the thing that keeps it from going to sleep. So, just gonna reload that page real quick. Again, Dark Banner will be done next week when I do the Dark Corridor. Oh, just chugged half my water. Alright, starting off, we have Dragoon Dive for Kain. It is Kain Arcane out of 10. Synergizes well with the USB, that's about it. The other big nice thing is with a lot of Kain stuff, it's a lightning boost. Chain Point 2.0 out of 10. It's the magic one, so take it as you will. Alright, let's break this one down. Let me lean over and pick up my iPad so I can go more in depth in a couple things. Deal 10 physical earth non-elemental to one target, temporarily infused with power of earth, enter Frying Pan mode. Frying Pan mode temporarily causes users monk abilities to change users' delay and crit hit up to 3. When Frying Pan mode ends, trigger Furious Kick, which breaks the damage cap. So, every time you use a monk ability, he goes faster, he becomes, he does more crit chance and all that. And at the end, it pops off. I'm going to do the needful over here real fast. Series 4. And Yang. Legend dives to double cast monk, so that is pretty alright in my book. Synergizes ridiculously well with Earth Iron Fist. So yeah, a solid USB, which Yang kind of needed. Yang was a pretty underwhelming character, and that's a good turnaround for him. Pure White Magic. Instantly restore a large amount of HP to all allies, grant them last stand, and re-raise. Allies raised come with moderate HP. very solid for the Torment. Outrageously good for the Torment. It will counter darkness. The last stand won't work on it, obviously, but the re-raise will. So, that's good. And yeah, overall, just aside from Torment, USB, whatever, who cares? It's very good at keeping your party up. The re-raise works less outside the Torment, but hey, re-raise, it exists. And the last stand on this actually exists very well. Abyssal Quasar. 8, Magic, Dark, Non-Elemental. Dark Thorns? Dark Thorns. Command 1 is 4 dark hits. Command 2 is 3 dark hits that reduce the delay of the user's action for 2 turns. So, pretty good. The downside is it is Dark Thorns on the character with the Dark Chain. So if you want to utilize this perfectly, you need to grind up 2 bars. So that's the major downside. But aside from that, Dark Thorns work really well. If you hadn't catched our Shinryu video, not Shinryu, Kaiser Dragon video that I put up a couple days ago. Elemental Thorns work really well with chains, outrageously so. So, yeah. 7-star Heavenly Fist. This one's a little older. 7 physical Earth, non-elemental. In Earth, enter Burst Mode. Command 1 is 4 hits. Hits 5 if has Unbound Fury. Command 2 is 4 hits. Temporarily lowers defense and resistance a large amount and grants Unbound Fury, reducing the delay of the user's actions. So, you want to do Command 2 into Command 1, or just do Command 2 and go into other stuff. It's high risk, high reward. But, yeah, this is older. The big thing here that I would really take is that it's an in-Earth. That works. That's solid. And because it's an Unbound Fury is the buff, I don't think this overwrites Wall. That would be ridiculously bad if it did. Healing Wind, I think, is also a little old, but also not bad. Moderate HP Restore, Mag Mind buff, enter Burst Mode. Command 1 is a single target heal that has a revive attached to it. Command 2 is a Medica. The biggest weakness here is that Mysidia's Light has revive on it instead of like instant cast or anything else that's more worthwhile. If that had, say, I don't know, blink or M-blink on it, mainly blink, you can do some real good work in the Torment. But unfortunately, it just has revive. So, bleh. Falcon's Drill. Physical Lightning to 8 random targets. Do a full breakdown and enter Burst Mode. Command 1 is 2 Lightning with a mag down. Command 2 is 2 Lightning with a defense down. Torment Burst. Out of 10. Actually, something I want to check real quick. And that's what Sid's Dive looks like. Which is really weird that Sid got a support burst, which I don't think Sid has support for. Moderate chance to temporarily lower the enemy's lightning resistance a small amount when using lightning abilities. So, that's alright. That's okay. Yeah. It will allow him to imperil lightning, and there's more than one character in 4 that uses lightning as damage. So, yeah, decent. 6 magic water holy to all. Oh, this is fucking old, by the way. 6 magic water holy to all targets. Imperil water. Enter burst mode. Command 1 is 4 hits. Reduce the offensive magic casting time for 2 turns. Command 2 is 2 hits with an ether. It's an Imperil out of 10 with an ether command. I'll take the ether command. The command 1 is whatever. I'd probably never use it. But the command 2 is okay. This came out 6 months ago. You could have fooled me. Oh, right, because our first one is Earth-based. Right, okay, yeah, alright. Yeah. Anywho, Command 1 has a 7.8 multiplier. I think that's drastically lower than, like, a chain spell. Chain spells are like 11, aren't they? I wouldn't say she's basically Alpha Nod, because remember, Alpha Nod says instant cast, whereas this is reduced casting time. There's a big difference there. Yeah, soon water magic will be needed, so there's that. It's okay. I would take it more for the Ether and the Imperil than the Command 1. Alright. Fast ones. Weak no more. Start in Lightning. Fine. Mind and Body. Deal significantly more damage with monk abilities when wielding a fist weapon. Specific, but still workable. When low on HP, grant last stand to the user and temporarily lower the resistance a small amount and raise their attack a moderate amount. Can only trigger once. That's alright. It's weird, but it's okay. It okay. Start in Dark. It's fine. Moderate chance to reduce... hold on. Moderate chance to reduce delay for 1 turn when healing an ally with a single target white magic ability. A bit too specific there. If it was Medica, if it was any white magic ability, it'd be way better. That still does work with Curata, so there is that. I'll take it. It's okay. Just a little too specific to be busted. And there you go. The OSBs on this banner are great. The BSBs are... they're BSBs at this point. They're okay. None of them are outright bad. They're all still workable. And the LMRs are okay. Banner 2, though. Fuck yeah. Demon Slayer. Arcane out of 10. Though, this one is rad. If you've never seen the animation for this, do look it up. And a dark boosting sword, which is fair. Alright, Hero's Rhyme, which is a Magic Mine buff to all... Alright, Magic Mine resistance 30%. Haste, reduce offensive magic casting time for 2 turns. Very, very, very good. Sorry. Just gut reaction when I start hearing this song. Sorry, I just looked up Edward's Dive and it's trash. Okay, people want to know what it is. Hold up a sec. Let me bring it up so I can give you the exact readout here. Well, first of all, he dives to more support damage. His passives are Paralyze Resist, which, to be honest, does help with the Torment. Yeah, 75% chance to remove Poison, Silence, or Blind, or Confuse when being inflicted with them. It sure does. Torment ignores resists. You're right. Fantastic. His dive is awful. Alright. Mirage Rod. Thunderstorm. Deal 10 magic lightning ice to one enemy infused with the power of lightning. Mag. Resistance 30%. Cause a black magic hungry cast. Very good. This is more or less a thunder or a lightning version of Vivi's USB, so it just makes Palom here an absolute shit wrecker of a black mage caster. On top of that, we did mention this earlier, but yes, Palom does dive to black magic double cast, so woo, that's a spicy meatball. Palom would be your Voltec user to your VV Meltdown user. Barbaricia's dagger, aside from being a wind-boosting magic weapon, is 10 magic wind to one target in wind. Raise mag and resistance 30% and cause wind abilities to trigger up a follow. Fair wind, dealing 5 magic wind non-elemental to an enemy. It's good. She does get W cast wind on a dive, and since now we have like Meltdown and Tornado, it's just good. It's solid. Does the work it sets out to do. Demon Shield. This fucking gross, and I love it. I don't even care if it wants its USB, it's still good. Grants a barrier that negates damage up to 100% of the max HP and temporarily grants moderate darkness ability boost. Mind you, yes, as the chat is pointing out, really wants his USB for this to really pop off, but I say this has fair use on its own. Ah, an oldie but a goodie. Whisper Wind Ballad lowers the holy resistance of all enemies. Wow, that'd be weird. And temporarily raise the attack by 50% for all allies. Enter burst mode. Command 1 is an attack mag down, that is holy type. Command 2 is a defense resistance down, that is holy type. Both inflict sap on the user. Solid. Outrageously solid. Dry Disaster. Workhorse. 8 magic fire lightning, attacks to one target, enter burst mode, deals 10 hits if the target is weak to either of those elements. Command 1 is 4 fire lightning that hits 5 if it's weak. Command 2 is 4 ice lightning that is 5 if it's weak. It's okay. It does pretty decent work, and if you have, I don't know, let's say a barrier changing boss, yeah, it does good work. Oh, sorry, this removes delay if it's weak. That's way better. Sorry, I thought it was 5. Yeah, even better. Maelstrom. 8 Magic Wind, Imperil Wind, enter burst mode. Command 1 is 4 hits with a reduced delay on the user's actions. Command 2 is 2 hits with a mag defense bargain. It's alright. It makes donuts. Not the donuts, but a batch of donuts. Eight physical water. In water, enter burst mode. Command 1 is 4 hits, single target, reduced delay. Command 2 is 2 hits, single AoE with reduced delay. And water out of 10. Start to fight in dark is perfectly good for Cecil. He's a buff boy, so increasing the duration of stat buffs is actually pretty decent. Start in lightning is fine for Palom. Start in wind is fine for Barbarecia. And edges have a chance to get another mirror image is extremely strong for ninjas. This is diveable. Like, if you land this, that makes a ninja diveable. So all in all, the USBs are pretty good. I love this glint. This is alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. And the LMRs are fine. So it's a good banner. It's an alright banner. Do you like FF4? Pull on this banner. Oh well. Oh, I was about to start coughing up a storm. I needed that drink. Unfortunately, Squirrel Token, I can't give you advice on Hades. So I can't fight Hades yet. Oh, by the way, this is just for the video. I forgot. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, excuse me. If you're watching on YouTube, you get these nice gross burps at the end of the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching, sitting through the whole thing. Super appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed the banner review. And I'll see you next full stream video.